It's been a few months since we last heard anything regarding Crash Team Rumble, but all that changes now. Thanks to fellow Crash and Spyro content creator Canadian Guy A, we learned a ton of new details about the game, as well as some brand new first look gameplay for previously unannounced stages, including Calamity Canyon, which is a reference to Breath of the Wild's Calamity Ganon.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Yeah, Crash is still poking fun at Nintendo, and I love it. However, since I'm keeping this update very brief, I'm not going to go over everything that was shared. So, if you want the full details on what was discussed and how the game works, you can check out both of CG's videos in the description below. As for me, I'm just gonna go over the pre-order trailer, edition's release date, the closed beta, and some details shared over on the PlayStation blog. So without further ado, let's get into it. For starters, Rumble launches on June 20th for the PlayStations and the Xboxes, both of which supporting crossplay. Pre-orders are now available with 2 editions to choose from, both of which include the game and access to the closed beta between April 20th and April 24th, giving you 5 days to try out the game early. And it continues the trend of Activision locking early access to their games behind pre-orders, which I'm not a fan of in the slightest. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. The Standard Edition, which costs $29.99 US, includes a Retro Fred's Tawna skin, confirming there'll be skins in the game, and a Season 1 Premium Battle Pass. Sadly, this means the game's primary focus is going to be online 4v4 multiplayer for the time being, which means you'll have to be logged in to an Activision account in order to play, which is fine, I guess. I did it for Crash 4 to get some extra skins, so whatever. But according to Canadian Guy A's video, a single player mode could still happen at some point. Until then though, I probably won't be able to play this game or its beta due to how my internet acted up with multiverses, but we'll have to see how that goes. Anyways, there's also the Deluxe Edition, which is $39.99 US. In addition to the Retro Fred's Tawna skin and the Season 1 Battle Pass, you'll also get access to the Season 2 Premium Battle Pass, a 25-tier unlock for Season 1, and a digital proto pack which the official Crash Bandicoot website details. It includes 8 blocky hero skins. Crashes can be seen here, and I'm not really a fan of this, to be honest. Maybe it'll appeal to somebody out there, but I'm not one of them. There's a pixelated shadow, blocky hat, score effects, and backpack, a unique banner, and get on my level in-game victory music. I don't know if that's a licensed song or if it's a specific version. I don't know, I didn't bother to look it up. Moving over to the PlayStation blog, where the Associate Creative Director at Toys for Bob, Lou Studdard, went into more details about the different character classes as well as the beta in relation to the final product. Currently, there are 3 character classes: scorers, blockers, and boosters. Tawna falls under the scorers category, where the name of the game is Scoring Wumpa. Scorers, like Crash, are speedy heroes who can easily traverse the map, collecting Wumpa fruit and relics to assist their team. Scorers provide the bulk of your team's scoring potential, so protecting your scorers will be crucial to victory. According to IGN, Crash now has a mid-air dash to aid in platforming, and I honestly think this will be the class Spyro will be in, considering he's pretty fast and agile in his own series. Coco falls under the booster class. Support your team by boosting your score. Boosters are specialists who aim to capture the various gem pads scattered around each map to boost their team's score. Taking control of a cluster of gem pads increases the amount of points scored for each Wumpa fruit delivered to your Wumpa bank, allowing them to turn the tides in a flash. Dingodile is part of the blocker class. The best offense is a good defense. Blockers excel at taking out opponents or defending your team's Wumpa bank. They're extremely powerful combat characters who can easily take on multiple foes at once and still hold their own. Regarding how all three classes come together, blockers might give new players a bit of trouble. If you're playing a booster or a scorer and find yourself struggling to fight a blocker head-on, remember that you're not alone. Rely on your teammates to help take them down, and don't be scared to retreat to fight another day. Heroes with more mobility will have an easier time collecting relics on each map, which can be spent at relic stations to give you the upper hand. Speaking of the relic stations, in the gameplay shared by IGN, we can see Nitrous Oxide's UFO make an appearance, alongside a number of different skins for Crash, Coco, and Dingodile. Lou also encourages everyone to experiment with the powers and characters available in the beta. Any power can be equipped to any hero, so there's a lot of room for experimentation to see what playstyle suits you the best. There's even more planned for the final launch of the game, so while this is only a small taste of what's in store, it's a great chance to see what strategy feels the most fun. We can't wait to rumble with you when our beta launches on April 20th. I also like to point out that Wumpa fruit that are stolen from other players instantly carries over upon causing damage, but I think it would have been nice if they popped out like Sonic the Hedgehog's rings, thus needing to regather them to make things even more chaotic. It's also worth mentioning that both IGN and Digital Trends, I still hate saying the word digital, who, like a lot of fans upon seeing Rumble's first trailer, was certainly confused about how to feel about the game until they got their hands on it during GDC 2023. Needless to say, they were pretty impressed with this new genre Toys for Bob has created. Before ending the video, there's one final piece of Toys for Bob related info I thought it'd be worth bringing up, because I don't know when I'll have another chance to bring this up, but the lead artist on the Sly Cooper trilogy, Dave Madden, was brought on as the art director for Toys for Bob back in October 2022, which is a pretty exciting prospect, and now I wonder what a cel-shaded Crash and Spyro game could be like if it was to ever happen, provided he was to work on such a project, that is. But with all that said, guys, Rumble's looking pretty promising at this point, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out soon, but that's another story entirely. So what do you guys think about the game so far, and who's going to be your main upon release? Be sure to leave everything down in the comments section below, and once again, I've been Blue Knight. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the constant support, despite my lack of uploads lately. Either way, I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys back here next time.